Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be playing Globber above 1,000 trophies. So I've been playing him above 1,000 trophies. Well, my teammates have been playing above 1,000 for a couple of hours now. So I feel like I've got a really good understanding of Globber so far. So second gadget and second star power look the better build so far. But this is a build that I'm going to be using for at least half the game, and then we'll be going through both gadgets and both star powers and really testing out everything. So if you guys want to see balance changes, what I think of them, make sure to check out my stream later today and my second channel where I'll be diving into each brawler pretty much every day over there. But yeah, we're here to talk about Globber so far. So there's a couple of broken brawlers, like Lumi's pretty strong as well with that change, but with Globber, I think he'll be one of the most underrated brawlers, because with support brawlers anyway, they are typically pretty underrated, but Globber, I think, really has potential. This is probably one of his worst maps, mainly because there's just so many walls. Again, like Globber, he's basically, if you guys don't know, with his main attack, he can heal and deal damage to wherever he connects to, but that connection will be lost if there is a wall in the way. So if you simply just run behind a wall, you're basically countering Globber. But on a nice open map, that of course cannot be possible. So say in overtime, this has been very toxic for Globber. I'm just permanently attached to my teammate and the enemy, and I can deal a lot of damage. So first off, in terms of its raw support and just how good he is, look at his healing there. With the gadget, it's actually crazy. The amount of healing that you can provide is insane. With Globber as well, one thing I actually really like about him, as a support brawler, normally assassins and other brawlers can really counter you easily, but his super allows him to at least push back any type of aggro brawler. So again, we're going to pop our gadget here, and Spike's got to be careful, because if he stays within my range for too long, I will shred him, literally shred him. So okay, we've tried to stay alive here, but whilst pushing out at the same time. I mean, I'm going to struggle against the thrower, but I'm not squishy, so I can at least still push up. Also with Globber, his second gadget, like if you're really facing a disgusting, like if you're playing Globber on this map, you probably want to run the other gadget, because you're going to face off against a lot of throwers, right? And his other gadget is a dash, so that can be good at like dodging throwers or whatever to press up. So he's just got so much utility about him as a support brawler, as do a lot of the new brawlers in the game, but specific, like they just have so many versatile ways to play them. So like I said, he's got a dash gadget. The gadget that I'm using is definitely the better one though, so I've not explained it yet, but this second gadget, it makes it so you double, like you just double your beam power for, I think it's 2.5 seconds or 3.5. I'll have to check after this, but it's a long time. So this is why it's only 13-second cooldown as well, so that's why I'm using gadget cooldown, because he's got 8k health, so he doesn't really need shield, he doesn't really need the health gear, because he's healing up with the star power. So I'm just finding this one being the better one. I think that dude has disconnected, unfortunately, which isn't great. Hopefully he reconnects here, but there we go. But yeah, I'm just finding, like, I may as well just go to gadget cooldown, because his gadget is really, really strong. It's just allowing me to pop off even more. So we should be able to connect onto this trunk and just shred through him. Again, like I'm actually finding that with this gadget, it's hilarious. With some brawlers, I'll pop this gadget, because I'm using a star power that heals you, and I'm just dealing extra damage. You're dealing extra damage, that means you're also healing yourself at a much faster rate when you think about it, because the star power allows you to heal when you're dealing damage to enemies. So yeah, it's just a crazy combination. There's a lot of things that I actually like about Globber. He is more of like a pocket heal brawler, if that makes sense. So just think of Byron, but to a whole nother level, or think of Poco to a whole nother level. You're literally getting the most value just sitting in behind your teammates. So yeah, we've got a bad start here, but I think we should be good once we push out a little bit here. So I was hoping my gadget would come into effect soon. Okay, no, that's gonna be toxic. Right, I'll just disregard that loss anyways, because that unit didn't load in. So play one more game with this build here, and then see what we can do. So again, like you think about how toxic it can be. There's this combination that I'm thinking is just so strong. So you're latched on to your teammate, right? So you're healing him, say in a 1 versus 1, right? And then you're latched on to the enemy who he's fighting, so you're dealing damage whilst your teammate's being healed, and then you're also being healed on top of it, because you're dealing damage to the enemy. And then you've got a gadget that like doubles everything. He just really, really sways the fight into your favor. Of course, a support brawler is supposed to be like that, but I just think it's even more evident with a brawler like Globber. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say right now that my kind of review of him, I think he's going to be probably S tier. I think an S tier at like minimum high A tier. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. People are probably going to think that Glowbert is bad, but I think it's good. And you got to consider as well, another brawler that hasn't got a hypercharge on permanent release and no buffies as well. Mainly the hypercharges that he should have minimum. And he's still this strong of a brawler. So yeah, I'm really enjoying him right now. Good goal from Binder. Again, like I'm interested to see how he fares off on like bounty, knockout, those type of scenarios. But I can only imagine just infinite healing. Like the healing power is very good. That's what is the troubling thing. I thought, okay, so for Glowbert not to be good, maybe his healing power isn't all that, because you think about it, you're just permanently connected to someone. But it's very, very good. It's nothing to be shy of. Like there's been multiple games where my teammate has like walked in against 3 players and I've popped my gadget and the enemies just can't deal enough damage to even kill them. So again, I don't even care. When Mortis has dashed onto me, I actually don't care, because look at the amount of damage I've just dealt with that gadget. 2,000 damage he's got left. Insane. Absolutely insane. So again, I'm just kind of spamming things here. I'm going to pass this over to Pinder, and I'm hoping with my gadget here, look at the amount of health that has healed him up there. It's just absolutely bizarre. It is crazy. It's such a strong gadget, guys. It is definitely the better one over both of them. But now I'm going to switch over my build here. So switching over build, I'm going to go with this. So Globert dashes, healing himself and teammates on arrival, which is good. And then this one, it seems good. It reduces the enemy damage by 20 and increases your teammates damage by 20%. So I reckon that would be a better star power, maybe in a super passive map, like where you're literally only pocket healing. So again, maybe knockout and bounty, this star power might have some use case, because let's face it, like say if you're playing knockout, I'm trying to think of the map, you know, the map where basically both teams just sit at one side of the map or knockout, and it's got like grass on it. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but think of that map, for example. You're literally basically playing knockout, you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen, so you're just going to be pocket healing your teammates basically the entire time. So you're not really going to be healing off dealing damage to the enemies, right? So I think in a really passive setting, this star power will actually be better. But because I'm playing Brawl and I'm being super aggressive, I think this one has some good use case. So I'm going to dash it. Like, look at this. Dash is so cool for a brawler like Globert. Again, the way to counter him, make sure that you're turning away as he's about to pop his super, and he can't even do anything about that. So I'm going to pass this over to my trunk. I was going to gadget it. So also this gadget heals yourself, which is pretty good, and your teammates are around. So I'm going to dash here to my teammates. Oh, that's beautiful. And it's actually going to give me my super because I've healed them. He's got the healing trait as well, like Berry. There's just so many good things about him. Unfortunately, Rico is completely broken right now, by the way. I tried to super that away. For whatever reason, it didn't register. But yeah, Rico's super broken. This is the best Rico map, and Rico's broken, so I'm struggling because Rico's probably the best counter to me, because he's a damage dealer that can pierce with his super, and of course I'm a pocket healer. I don't want any type of pierce, because that can go through the person I'm healing and then deal damage to me. So this is why Rico's just absolutely tearing me apart. He's probably the best counter that I've been faced. BB as well has been pretty annoying. Multiple tanks and aggros can be annoying as well. Right, Spike should die. So I haven't really got the DPS anymore because I'm using this gadget, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, that's annoying as well. Hopefully Pinder can pop off here against the Rico and the Spike. Maybe I can get a goal here. Can I get a kill on Rico at least? I got a double kill. So as a support brawler, I can still be super aggressive, which is crazy. You'll have to let me know what you think of Globert. I'm just thinking it's an easy, like, minimum high A tier. I'm going to say S tier. At the end of this, I'm saying S tier, guys. I think it's going to be S tier. I think even in a buffy meta, I think it's going to be super strong. It's just going to take a little while to get used to how to play him, but I think it'd be very good once you do get used to that. So hopefully that you can score this. Oh, I just barely missed. Right, one more game. We're losing a few games here, guys. This is because we're not abusing Rico, and we're going like... Yeah, we can see Pinder's getting absolutely destroyed because they've got Rico's Spike and a Colette. So yeah, let's try one more game here. And then, like I said, check out my second channel. So we'll be probably doing a video on, I'll say, Rico. because he is bugged right now. If you guys didn't know, where he shoots an extra bullet with his main attack, which is just crazy, and he's received an unload speed buff. So he is pretty cracked in ranked right now. So yeah, last game, I'll join you in a sec. All right, guys, jumping into the final game then, and we're up against Mortis, Mina, and Ems. So again, like Ems, I'm not really finding too much trouble with her. I think it's again like these assassins and other brawlers which have been pretty annoying to face off against. So we're going to run up here, gadget onto Pinder. Again, this gadget is still pretty good. Like, it provides instant healing pretty much, and if you're low on health as well, it's going to give you some supercharge. So yeah, I'm finding if you want to be more aggressive with Glowbert, this gadget's actually pretty good, because I don't normally get my super this quickly, but I've just got my super so fast from my gadget. So maybe I'm underrating this gadget a little bit, but I'm just the plays that I'm making with the second gadget is just insane. Like, I'm just bursting through people, which of course I would not have been able to do without that gadget. So unfortunately, I'm just a sitting duck there. Am I overrating Globber? I don't know. I think I can't really carry as hard with a brawler like Globert, because he is a support brawler at the end of the day. So let's just gadget onto Pinder there. I mean, this is looking pretty bleak. At least unless Pinder... Okay, yeah, it's got to be wraps. All right, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. A little bit rough there in the end. But Globert, I think it's going to be like at least an A-tier brawler. We didn't even push anything. That is stupid. Yeah, I think it's at least going to be an A-tier brawler in the meta. But I'm going to predict S tier. I'm going to predict S tier with Globert. I think once people realize how toxic he is, be very, very good. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.